I'd be lying if I didn't say I was super excited to get into this box. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and that's right, I've been waiting for this box for over a week. It is here. It is here finally, and I'll give you a quick background. So after I did those 3 Hawaii boxes from Silver Nitrate, I decided to call a family member, my brother-in-law, and I said, hey brother, I really want to get some California penny boxes. Can you find me 3 boxes of circulated pennies? Any bank will do. I want 3 boxes, put them in a large flat rate priority box and send them out to me. I'll send you the money for them, plus the shipping and some money for your time. He said, no problem, Rob. So he's from the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, right out of Oakland right here. This box comes from the Oakland hub, right to Dallas. I get to hunt it. I'm gonna open it live. We're gonna see what we got, check for enders, and pray we get some S-Mint mark wheat pennies. So no sense lollygagging. We're going to get right into this bad boy. Like I said, I've been waiting. It's not his fault. He just had to make sure they were circulated so that I could hunt them. And that's what he says we got. I'm pretty sure that's what we got because that's what he says they are. So I'm excited to take a peek inside. A little extra tape here. Can never be too safe when you're shipping heavy things. Let's pull this out right here. We've even got a letter. I'll read it off camera first. He did pop the tops to make sure they were circulated ones, so that's good. We'll take a peek at the bottom real quick and see. Looking like circulated pennies to me. So that first one is a good to go. Let's take a look at the second one right here. I see some old ones, and I see a lot of memorial backs, not a lot of shield backs. So that's 2, and to make it oficialidad, let's take a peek at the last one here. Yep, we've got circulated pennies. 3 boxes, circulated California pennies right here, and that's what I'm gonna hunt in this video. Jordan, if you're watching, I'll read your letter offline. I'll get these set up, and I'll bring you guys back in when it's cleaned up here. So I've got the 3 boxes set up here. The one that's facing with the holes out, figured I'd zoom in to show you what I see. Take a look at that. Wheat penny ender right there. So I didn't see any wheat penny enders on the other 2 boxes on the side with the holes, but since that's got one, why not kick it off with this first box? Man, 3 California boxes, all to myself. Can't wait to get the hunt going. Let me go ahead and get the top of this popped, and we'll do a search together. All right, so I've done another ender search. I went ahead and kept that wheat penny ender flipped around since I wanted to make sure I knew where it was. It looks pretty old, but then again, they always look older in the roll until you see the front with a date. I'm ready to get this hunt started. I know I've said that a few times now, but I'm really just enjoying the fact that I've got 3 boxes from California. All right, hopefully we find lots of goodies, but at worst case, hopefully find a lot of S-mints, and I'm curious to see if I find any 69S's because I'm currently on a 5-box drought without 69S's. Well, I'm not going to bore you with details every time I run across something that's kind of cool for me. But I just opened up roll number 1. We're literally that many zinc pennies into it, plus 1 copper. And take a look at this. A 1969S. Boom. Didn't wait long for us to find one. Let's put it under the microscope for funsies. And see what we see. That's an interesting mark there. Definitely post-mint damage. Almost thought it was a lamination error for a second, but you can see the pinching on the rim and the first scratch contact point there, and then something kind of dragged across it. Kind of odd, but either way, it's not the DDO. But I'll take a 69S in this condition. Holy moly. Now I'm even more excited. Roll number 2. Just grabbed a really nice 1972 Denver, and we've got our first wheat penny. 57D, second to the last year wheat penny, as expected, but gets us on the board. Roll number 7, second wheat penny of the box, and it's got a mint mark, and is that an S? Of course it's an S, Rob. It's a Bay Area San Francisco box. 1947S. I will take that all day. Do not see many of those. And that makes me happy. Roll number 11. We're going to have our third wheat penny of the box. Started to slide it down and I saw the back of it. Looks pretty worn. And because it's 101 years old, holy cow, 1918 Teens Wheatie in the box, roll number 11. It's worn slick. It's also a common date, so it doesn't have any real value, but always great seeing a 101-year-old penny in circulation. We'll take it and hunt for more. Roll 13, wheat penny number 4. It's a nice 1942 out of Philly. We'll add it to the collection. I'll point out too, we are finding a lot of S minted 68 through 73 so far. Not a 74, and only one 69S in that first roll so far. So a little light on the 69S's, but we just barely got started. Roll number 14. Boom. Literally almost an ender. 1 penny right here was an ender, 79. Slid this one down and I see this. And it's got a hole in it. And it's 1885. Under the scope time. 1885. Holy cow. And it is pretty trashy, as expected. A lot of corrosion. Might have been in the ground, but it's been holed, so it was somebody's pendant or on a keychain. Well, I guess in 1885 they probably didn't have keychains, but that is awesome. 1885 Indian Head. I don't care, the condition's not the greatest. If this penny could tell me a story, what would it say? Very nice. Wow, Indian Head penny in the box. Early on. Is there more? Roll number 19. We're going to have our 5th wheat penny to go along with an Indian Head penny. Still can't believe it. Looks pretty good though. And it's a 55 Denver. Man, that'd have been nice if that was a 55S. But it's not, and I'll still take it because it's a beauty. Roll number 27, and we're going to have wheat penny number 6 of the box. 1958 Denver. Roll 28, and we're going to have our first 4, and it's a Canadian, and just missed by 5 years it being a young head. Still, I'll take Canadians all day as well. Roll number 32, got another Canadian, kind of chewed up a bit, but I believe that's a 1980, and it's our 2nd of the box. And we're a few rolls away from the wheat penny ender. We're on roll 33. The wheat penny ender is coming next. And I thought I'd point out that I was hunting this roll and I came across a wheat penny. So I flattened them down, and sure enough, there's 2 in this roll. So this is going to be wheat penny number 7 and number 8 with an ender still to come. Let's take a look at what we got here. A 56 Denver and a 44 Philadelphia. Pretty good shape too for a 44. I'll take it. More finds equals more fun. Figure we would do the wheat penny ender live. You can see it right here, 1 cent. We'll see if there's any extra goodies in this roll, or if it's just the ender, and what year it is. All right, here's the wheat penny ender. First and foremost, what year is it? It's just a 1952, and I believe that's a 52S. So that's a good find. We'll take a 52S. While I got you here, let's just do a quick, fast look. I may miss one if there is one, but I just want to see if I see one blatantly sticking out at me. And I don't. So, Wheat Penny number 9 was a 52S. Let's find more. Roll 35 is going to yield our third Canadian. 1994. So we finished that first San Francisco box. And you know what? I'm pretty happy overall. We got 4 1969s, including a really nice one right off the bat. Got really hopeful we'd find a lot. Only found 4. Box cooled off towards the end. We had 4 after 30 rolls, and we didn't find another one. I kept several pretty nice earlier copper pennies. Some of these may not be good enough to keep, but I don't see a lot of S mint marks, and some of these were, so I had to pull them out. I also pulled out a 1974S because I very rarely see these. So only one in the box that I saw, but you never know, I might have missed one. A whole bunch of 1959s, so you know Rob hasn't been hunting this area too often because I pulled those out. 3 Canadians, not too shabby. For the Wheat Pennies, we got stuck at 9 on Wheaties. A 58D, a 57D, a 56D, a 55D, a 1952S, a 1947S, a 44P, and a 42P as well. Only 2 S-Mint Wheaties. I thought I'd find some more, but you know what? That's only box 1. We also grabbed a 1918 out of Philadelphia. Good legible date. And the find of the box, even though it's hold, is this 1885 Indian Head. And it is a better date. Just over 11 million minted. Too bad it's in terrible shape. These fetch a lot in higher grades. I mean, all Indian Heads do, but 1885 is a tougher date to get. I even may need it for my book. Now, this will just be a holder, but glad to have found it. Box 1, good copper, in the books. 2 more boxes for this hunt. So we'll get this to the side. We'll clean these goodies up. We'll keep out the 18 and the Indian since they're the oldest finds. And we'll kind of stack past that if we find anything else in those boxes. Let's get after it. Box 2. Box 2, roll 4. First Wheat Penny find. It's going to be a 1944 Philadelphia. Roll number 12 of box 2. It took us a bit to get our second Wheat Penny, but we're going to get it right there. Hopefully the damage means it's old, but you never know. It's not old, but it's a 52, and it's a 52D. So trashy 52D, but it is our second find of this box. And so far we've got a 69S and a beautiful 64D. And I will say, this 69S does have some beautiful toning to it. And I'll take it. Roll 15. Time for Wheat Penny number 3 of the box. And we've got a 1948 out of Philadelphia. Beautiful toning on it. Not in bad shape either. Nice find. Roll 16 scared the living bejesus out of me. Thought I had myself another Indian Head penny at first glance, but it's just going to be a foreign. But it's an old one. 1881. And I am going to have to do a little research on this bad boy. You guys are probably already in the comments saying, no, Rob, that's this. But 1881, and I don't know if that says K and B. Just KB. And I don't know why this is escaping me, but I don't know what this is. Let me do a little research, and I'll be right back. All right, we have done a little research on this bad boy. I'll bring it up. It's a Hungarian coin from 1881. It is made out of copper. It was minted from 1857 to 1892. The average value is about $4 US for these. So 12.232 million minted, almost 12.233 million minted. I have not seen one of these before, and if I have, I forgot about it. Mine's worn pretty good because the emblem on the front, as you can see, has been rubbed away. It should look like that, but it doesn't. But what a cool find nonetheless. But man, When I first put my eyes on it at a certain light, I saw the wreath first. Thought it was an Indian Head Penny, and then I saw the date on the back, and I was like, well, it's a foreign. Now is it rare or cool? Not too rare, but cool. Same roll as the Hungarian coin, and we've got another 52. And this one's straight out of Philadelphia. And again, not too shabby. We'll add it up to the collection. 4 so far in this box. Roll 19. First Canadian of the box. Pretty modern. 2000 on the nose. Roll 20. Another Canadian facing us. 1988. Roll 30 of box 2. And we're going to have Wheat Penny number 5. Salt peeking out. Let's get a date reveal. 1941. That is the oldest of this box so far. And Wheat Penny number 5. Roll number 38 is going to produce our third Canadian of the box. 1981. Roll 40. Fourth Canadian. Slow on the Wheat Pennies, picking up on the foreigns, but I want some more Wheaties. Roll 44 is going to answer my request and give me another foreign. We have a Wheat Penny here, and we have a Canadian here. The Canadian might be older. The Wheat Penny is a 1956 Denver, and the Canadian is a 1960 something. 62. We've got a young head. Good to see one of those in the box. 6 Wheat Pennies, 5 Canadians. Roll 45 is going to give us Wheat Penny number 7 of the box. It's a 1957 out of Denver. Well, box 2 is in the books, and we did end up with 7 Wheat Pennies, including an 1881 Hungarian coin, so that's cool, but nothing old other than that. No S-Mint Wheaties either. We did end up with 3 69S's, albeit none of them great, and a couple of decent coins, along with 5 59s and 5 Canadians. So that was definitely a box similar to what I would hunt here. Now, there was a lot of 1970, 71, and 72 S's in there, don't get me wrong. I saw a lot more in there than I see in my boxes. But the finds, or the keeper coins, if you will, very similar to what I would find here. I really was hoping for more 69S's, and with over 500 million minted, you would think my California boxes would put out some more. We got 4 in the first box and 3 in the second. I averaged 0 to 1, sometimes 2 at best. So we are getting more than I get, but I was hoping to find a box with 10 in it. Will this be the box with 10 in it? Let's get it open and find out. So we have the top of the box opened up. I don't see any Wheat Penny enders, but I do see a lot of copper enders, so that's a good sign. And I'm hoping, like I said at the end of the last box, that we find our fair share of S minted pennies in this box. I've only found 274 S's that I've noticed, at least. I guess it's possible that I missed a couple of ones that I thought were Denver, but not as many of those as I'd like. Of course, I never almost see those in my boxes, so it's good to see them. Hoping for a handful of 69S's. Be nice to find some more oldies or even some more goodies. Let's get this hunt going. Roll number 8 of box 3, and that's got to be a Wheat Penny. It is. I could tell by the patina on it, and the date area looked worn, almost slick. So let's flip it around first, obviously. And because we had it obverse showing, that could be a 20S or a 20D if I can get enough clarity onto the date. So that's what we see right here from a distance. My best guess, judging by that mint mark design, is it could be an S, but based on this damage right here, I think it's a D that was damaged and pushed in and curled that part of the D out. Pretty certain that's a 1920D, but it could be a 1920S. The good news is, not knowing exactly what the mint mark is doesn't matter because it is a 1920. Whether it's a 20D or a 20S, it doesn't matter. In this condition and not being a key date, it's not worth much. Still, another oldie in the box. We'll take it. Actually, it goes here. First find of the box, because that's the 1918 from one of the first boxes. But our first Wheat Penny find is a 1920, almost 100-year-old penny to kick us off. Roll number 16. I spy our second Wheat Penny of the third box. Looks like it's going to be in the 50s likely. No, it's actually a pretty nice 1940. That back had me fooled. I don't see a lot of early 40s looking in this condition. But I like it, and I'll take it. Roll number 21, and we're going to get our third wheat penny of the box. It was already facing me. It's a 40-something. Looks like it's a 45D. 1945D. Put it under the scope. Confirmed. 1945 Denver minted wheat penny in the box. Number 3. Roll 22. Back-to-back rolls with a wheat penny. I've got one right here, and it is a 44S, I believe. Yeah, 44S. Roll number 26. Wheat penny number 5, peeking out at us. Could it have some age? Looks good if it does. It's a 46S. Man, that's a pretty good looking 46S. And once again, it is good seeing some of the older ones with an S mint mark. And again, of course, it's not great, but it's not bad whatsoever. 1946S, wheat penny in the box. And believe it or not, we're headed this direction to the newer ones, but they got S mint marks. I'm happy either way. And we've got a 69S as well. Let's take a little peek at it since it's in the box. We can always dream. Not the DDO, but ironically, almost halfway through the box, and that's our first 69S. Roll number 27. We're going to have wheat penny number 6 now, right here. 51 out of Denver. We're continuing to head this direction. We want to head that direction. Oh well, we're still finding Wheaties. Roll 31. Wheat penny number 7. So the box is starting to heat up pretty well now. And that's a 52S. So again, we're continuing to move to the right side of the wheat penny board, but I will take S mints all day. Roll 34. The trend continues. Another wheat penny, number 8, and this one's 57D. So I think they've ran out of ways to go this way. Well, I guess there's a 58 left, but can we get it going that way again? Roll number 40 is going to give us our first Canadian find of the box. It's a common 1989, but it's always good seeing our friends up north in my boxes. Roll 47. We're going to have our 9th wheat penny of the box. And will it be old? We won't know just yet. It could be in the 30s. Let's see if we can see it underneath the microscope. So I've got it under the microscope. I spent a few minutes on it. It's a 1950D. 1950D. So the good news is we went back the other direction. The bad news is we didn't go back far enough. Maybe we can pull out one more for the 10th wheat penny of the box in one of those 3 rolls. All right, so we finished that 3rd box of California pennies, and you know what? It was a fun hunt. We got 9 wheat pennies, all the way ranging, other than the 1920, from 1940 to 1958, 8 of those years, and then of course the worn 1920, which I believe could be a Denver or a San Francisco, but it's such in bad shape, it really doesn't matter. Still, 3 boxes. We got 4 oldies, a 20 with the mint mark, a 1918 Philly, an 1885 Indian Head with a hole, and an 1881 Hungarian coin. Really cool. On top of that, we got a couple of 74 S's. It even got a crazy dinged up 1961D I thought was cool. We also added another 3 1969 S's. So the consensus is I thought I'd get more 69 S's than I did. I think I got 4 in the first box, 3 in the second, 3 in the third for a total of 10 in 3 boxes. Still a lot more than I see, but not as much as I wanted to see. We actually picked out another 5 pretty nice coins, and look at that 1959 Denver. Amazing. But the rest are pretty cool too. Some of these I kept. They're not as nice, but I don't see a lot of 1970 S's or 73 S's or that 75D in pretty good shape. So I figured I'd pull them out and roll them up. 5 more 59s and 1 Canadian. Quite a bit of copper. Some of my final thoughts on all 3 boxes compared to my type of boxes is a lot of S mint, 60s and 70s, pennies, more S-mint Wheaties than I normally see. And ironically, I saw a lot more of the 83 Philadelphias and the 92 Ds than I see in my area. But we hardly saw any 1995 Ps and any 84 Ps. It didn't seem like there was very many of those in those 3 boxes from what I normally see. Still, fulfilled something I've been wanting to do for a while, hunt some California boxes. This was so much fun, but all it has done is wet my whistle and I want to do it again. So I'm probably going to reach out to my family members and see if I can get 3 boxes a month so that I can hunt these guys, because I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you had fun watching it. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.